Sharkie Game here. So today we'll look at the Thrustmaster Beretta 92FS for the original Xbox. Now this is actually a light gun made by Cybergun, but it's officially licensed by Beretta. So this is the front of the box, and now this is the Japanese version I have in front of me. This particular version is for the original Xbox, but you could also get it for the PS2 as well. So there's the Thrustmaster logo, image of the gun itself in there. Beretta 92FS with a cool looking image there. You've got the Beretta logo just there because this is a licensed replica of a Beretta gun. Down the bottom corner it says Cybergun. Just get this to focus. On the other side it's got the Xbox logo there. On the side of the box it just shows basically another Thrustmaster and a little image of the Beretta just there. Same side, same as the other side. Bottom, it's just a bit of sort of like trademark sort of thing, bit of warning, and basically at the bottom there, I don't know if you can see this. This product cannot be sold in USA, Canada, and Mexico. There were some other countries it couldn't be sold in as well. I'll get more into that in a moment. On the top of the box just has Beretta 92FS. On the back of the box it shows a bit more of the gun, sort of indicating all the buttons and the features of the gun itself, and of course all the information here is all in Japanese. So that's the back of the box. So let's go ahead and open this up and give a closer look at this gun. Okay, so you get a little card here. Don't know what it says. It's probably just like a warranty type card thing. So it comes in some plastic. Just pop it out. Okay, so this is it. So it's got a very long cable, as you can see. Plenty of room to actually run from wherever you're sitting to your console. There's the original Xbox connection. And of course it also has the split apart breakaway cable bit that most original Xbox controllers have, basically. Which made it hard to buy the second hand because a lot of people lose this end piece. And this is the gun itself. So straight away looking at it, it looks like a real gun. It is a licensed replica of a Beretta. So this is actually made of the specifications of a real gun. So it's the right size, sort of right dimensions, all that type of thing. Right look for Beretta. So we'll start at the end here. So this basically, you can see on there, it's got the Beretta sort of saying there. I think it's Petro Beretta. It says Thrustmaster just there. So I'll give you a closer look. It's a really kind of detail on it. So it's got all these nice grip for the handle. It's got all like the lines in here, all the curves sort of thing. So it's really made to look like a Beretta, and there's the Beretta logo just there. And that's the other side. And of course that's the front, so you can see the lens in there. Okay, so a bit more detail. There's a couple of different functions of the gun. First you've got your trigger here, which you can hear that. So really nice responsive trigger. You can click it quite rapidly as well, so that's nice. Just above the trigger you've got a couple of buttons. So up here you've got the A button. Get this to focus. The A button's there. And on the other side you've got the B button. So really easy to do if you hold in the gun. You can easily have your fingers like this and get both buttons. So you can hold it like this, pull the trigger, and get both of those buttons. The next bit of course is on the back here. So up the top you've got basically your back button. This focuses. That's the start button. There we go. Start and back. And then in the middle here you've got basically a stick which you can use to navigate your menus. It's like a D-pad basically. A D-pad that looks like a stick. But you can use it to navigate menus in the game, or if a game supports it you can move around. It just depends on the game. And on the bottom of the gun you've got another button. And that usually acts as your reload. So when you're holding like this, if the game supports it, you can press these two buttons here. You can fire, you can navigate your menus and that. You can get like start and back on menus as well if you want to hit there. But if you're in the game shooting, you're pressing these if you need to. You can also hit down the bottom here to reload. So it's really nice, kind of quick to reload. You just press the button and that reloads your gun. So it's really kind of easy to use. All the buttons are really easy to get to. It does not have a port for an external reload pedal, unfortunately, so you can't add another pedal to it. And it doesn't have vibration or any kind of kickback or force feedback, unfortunately. So it's just really a kind of a standard light gun. And I think the reason they couldn't add anything is because it's a Beretta kind of replica, so they kept mainly to the specs of the original gun, and so they didn't really have much space to add in any kind of vibration or any kind of kickback. But it does look really nice. It's made really kind of highly detailed. It looks really kind of awesome. It looks realistic. You know, you're used to seeing light guns that are really brightly colored or have an orange tip. This doesn't have either. So it's not brightly covered, doesn't have an orange tip, doesn't have anything like that. The grip feels quite realistic. It's kind of got that kind of texture to it. So it's really kind of easy to hold, easy to pull the trigger. You know, it's just basically like a realistic kind of gun. So really easy to use. Very comfortable. It is quite a light gun. It's not very heavy, but even saying that, it's still quite nice to use. It feels like a quality gun, and the best thing about it, it's accurate. Basically, I've played this extensively with House of the Dead 3 on Xbox, and it plays beautifully. You still got to calibrate the gun, and unfortunately, it does not work with LCDs. You do have to have an old CRT TV, so basically just an older TV that. So it doesn't work with the newer flat screens or CRTs basically. But when you do set it up on an older TV, it works brilliantly. Very accurate. I mean, when I was playing that, you could quite easily hold it like this. You could quite easily aim, you know, shoot really easily, be accurate while you're shooting, which is very important in a light gun game. And of course, easily to reload by just hitting that bottom button just there. So really easy. I mean, some games have you shoot away from the screen to reload, but this one basically you just press that button and that'll reload your gun in the game. So very comfortable to use, very easy to pull the trigger really rapidly. So if you're like got a horde of zombies coming at you like House of the Dead or something, horde of monsters, whatever light gun game you're playing, you can quite easily rapidly press that trigger, and it'll keep up. It will keep up with you. And of course you can reload pretty fast by pressing that. So if you're shooting, you can reload and then keep shooting as soon as you've reloaded. It does not have any laser pointer or anything like that, so that's a downside. But otherwise, it's a great gun for what it is. So basically, it's missing vibration, it's missing a laser pointer. It doesn't have any kind of port here for a reload pedal or anything like that. But, you know, even though it has those kind of down points, it's a brilliantly designed gun. You know, it comes from the fact that it is a replica gun of a Beretta, so they've used, you know, a realistic gun for the mold, so it really does pay off because it does feel really comfortable to use, and they've just added the buttons at the really key spots to make it very easy to use. And of course, a nice point is it's accurate. It is a very accurate gun, which I can't say for all my light guns that I have in my collection, so this is a really great gun to use. If you have an original Xbox or a PS2, then I suggest you get the version for your console and pick up some light gun games and get playing. This is brilliant to play any kind of light gun game with. And like I say, because you can get it on Xbox and PS2, it's a great gun. The only downside of that as well is it's become highly collectible. It's an incredibly rare gun. You don't find them that often, and when you do, they usually go pretty high. Like I've seen these at the very high end, usually a completely mint one. I've seen them go to $100 to $150. So really kind of rare gun. Usually if you buy them on its own without a box, without anything, you can get them for about 40 bucks, you know, some $30. But yeah, very rare to find. You don't see them often. When you do, they do go high. But it is a very nice gun, and that's why. And another reason it's rare is because it's a replica gun. It looks really realistic, and some countries didn't like that, so that was actually banned from being sold in certain countries. I'm not sure exact countries, the actual list of them, but I know for a fact that some countries don't have these because they were so realistic that they just couldn't be sold there. And on the bottom of the box, like I said, it has that little notice down here. Zoom up. It basically says this product cannot be sold in USA, Canada, and Mexico right at the top there. So I'm not sure if that was exactly banned in those countries, or just this version couldn't be sold because this is the Japanese version. But yeah, haven't seen that often. I mean, I've seen it here in Australia on an auction, and I've also seen it overseas. I bought this one from Japan because it came in its box and it was really nice condition, which is really good. And I got this for a good price as well. But overall, you know, it's a great gun. Very good for collectors. If you're an Xbox or PS2 collector and you want to get the specific version that you collect, then go for it, because this is highly collectible and it's getting rarer as the days go on. But highly recommended game, very fun to play with, and very accurate gun, which is always good. But yeah, that's about all I can say about this one. I'll give another quick overview of the gun so you can just see the detail of it. It's a very nice looking gun. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Sharkie Gamer. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll have heaps more controller and accessory reviews up very shortly. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to, and if you like this video, then hit that like button. Thanks again for watching, guys.